You just spread all the flour, just blew on it like.
Hi you guys, it's Lisa from Bake and my wild children who are not funny at all, right Rowan? And Dale's here too. So, okay, I know a lot of you we can't do this live. I will post it and you're gonna catch us after the fact, and that's totally cool. But I had ulterior motives for doing a live today. One, Dale bought a whole bunch of strawberries the other day at the store, and it got me dreaming about my Aunt Nancy's famous strawberry shortcake. And so we really want that for dessert today. So we thought if we're gonna make it, we might as well do a live. And oh, there's Kyle, of course. Kyle, you wouldn't miss one, would ya?
Oh,
so,
he's the first one.
Okay, so I likely won't need to read that many comments, which is great. We can just power through this recipe. So Dale and my two boys are here. Scotty's going to take a break. For those of you who watch our lives, sometimes it's a little much for Scotty, and she is the sweetest girl, trust me. She's so easygoing and fun-loving, but she struggles a little bit with the lives because of the time of day, and also I think it's a lot of pressure, and she's still really young. So she's going to watch a little bit of Paw Patrol and take a break on this one. And for everybody all of you moms who offer me grace and understanding about my kids being on screen and having little hissies, thank you. I've got a completely normal and perfectly flawed family, and here we are. I can't edit any of it out, so you get to see it.
And don't think that we have dessert every night.
No,
she does not let us.
We do not have dessert every night, but we're making an exception today. We have dessert if we have company over, not that we're doing that during COVID. Anyways, I'm happy that Seamus is here today. He is not here very often, but he's here today. And I'm glad about that because we're doing 2 languages today. So for those of you who don't know, my husband is from Quebec, although he speaks Fringlish, and he feels like he's losing his French, and so he's not overly confident anymore in French. But the kids are in the Francophone school, and so we're doing all of our recipes in English and in French, and so that we can submit our baking lives to the school. So here we go. I'm going to tell you about my Aunt Nancy's famous strawberry shortcake. It is so good. And for those of you who are family or friends or from the East Coast and you know about my Aunt Nancy's baking, you know that she is the greatest. And when we have family potlucks, we beg her to make the strawberry shortcake because it's so good. And so I messaged her and asked her if she wouldn't mind if we made it today and if she would share the recipe. And of course she said yes. So here we go. You're going to love it. It is not that difficult and it doesn't take all that long once I stop talking. Just 1 second, Roan, okay? You can call Kyle later because we have to wish Baby Landon a happy birthday. We called earlier to sing happy birthday, but we'll get you later.
You're the only one that's commenting. And do not go poop.
Rowan Nickel. See, this is the stuff that I wish that I could edit out. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna back up 5 seconds.
Yeah, if only we could do. So, okay, let's get started on strawberry shortcake. So if you're from the East Coast and you're following, you know all of this. If you haven't been to the East Coast, you need to know this. And if you have been to the East Coast and you're not from there, you know what I'm talking about. Strawberry shortcake is huge. There are, when the strawberries are ready, people go out to the fields and you pick your own strawberries. And there are what's called strawberry socials. And so you can catch them at community centers and the neighborhoods often put them on, and churches do them, and Kaylee's. And so you get strawberries in all these different ways, and my favorite way is the strawberry shortcake, and it's so divine. So sometimes strawberry shortcake on the East Coast is, I grew up with my mom making it with biscuits. So you would make a regular biscuit, a tea biscuit, cut it in half, and then layer your strawberries and whipped cream. But I love my Aunt Nancy's. So she makes it, and it's a little bit closer to a cake than it is a tea biscuit because it's a bit sweeter, and it's divine, and I love it. So let's get started. If you watched the live earlier, I posted the supplies and the ingredients you needed. I'll say it in English, and then my people over here are gonna start to repeat everything that I say en français. Okay, so flour and baking powder. Go.
Vas-y.
Oh.
Du farine.
La farine et du poudre à pâte.
Baking soda and sugar.
Sucre, du sucre. Baking soda.
Je me souviens plus c'est quoi baking soda.
We should have Googled that one first.
Désolé.
Salt and butter.
Sel et beurre.
Et du beurre.
And sour milk.
Sour milk.
Or just say milk. Say sour milk. Lait.
Du lait sûr.
Okay. Bowl, spoon.
Un bol, des bols puis des cuillères.
An 8x8 pan.
And a bowl.
Panier 8 par 8. Ça marche très bien.
And a pastry cutter. Oh, that'll test your French, Dale.
Une affaire pour couper.
Oh, Madame Sarah's here. Madame Sarah, help us out. Pastry cutter, en français. Oh, she's saying poudre à pâté.
Poudre à pâte.
Okay, close. Sorry.
Merci.
My French is pathetic. Okay, let's get started, guys.
Well, that was baking powder.
Oh, baking powder. Okay, Madame Sarah, what is pastry cutter?
C'est quoi une affaire de même ou comme ça?
Or potato masher.
Oh.
Do you know that one?
Patate pilée.
Smoosher.
C'est pour piler des patates.
A smoosher de patate.
Dale's been gone from Quebec, how long? 15 years? Yeah, so, and he doesn't always get a chance to use the French, so. Okay. Oh, Seamus is saying we haven't introduced him yet. Okay, let's get at it. I'm Lisa from Bake.
I'm Seamus and je suis Seamus et j'ai 7 ans.
Missy?
I'm Rowan and I'm 9 years old. Je suis Rowan et je suis 9 ans.
Are you Seth anymore?
Je m'appelle Seamus et je suis 8 ans. I'm Seamus and I'm 8 years old.
Missy?
And I'm Lisa's husband, Dale, and je m'appelle Dale. Yeah.
And he's mature.
And I'm mature.
We'll just leave it at that.
Maturing.
We stopped counting a while ago, right? Okay. So for those of you who follow my bakes before, you know the drill. A lot of this is going to sound familiar because we do a lot of the things over and over and over when we're baking. That's right. Okay, so the boys are saying preheat the oven. And what about these things, guys?
Wash all hands.
So for those of you at home following along, I want you to take a minute and I want you to go and wash your hands. En français?
Lave tes mains. Et
What?
set
Préchauffer
le
le four.
Okay, so this is a good chance to talk about mommy, daddy jobs and kid jobs. So anything that has to do with safety is a mommy, daddy job. If you're old enough and your mommy or daddy lets you bake and you're confident in the kitchen, a lot of these things can be done without your parents. If you're younger or you're uncomfortable in the kitchen, you need to ask mommy and daddy to help you with anything to do with safety, okay? Boys, what's an example of a mommy, daddy job? En français.
Le four.
Mettre les choses dans le four. Mettre le gâteau dans le four. Réchauffer le four.
Setting the oven?
Yeah.
Okay. So Rowan sets the oven all the time. So he's going to go and set it for 350 because our oven runs hot. But for those of you at home who don't have a cranky oven, it goes to 375. Nice.
Fait que tu vas mettre ton four à 375. Nous autres, on va mettre à 350 parce que ça, c'est plus chaud que normal. Fait que tu peux faire ça maintenant. Encore, c'est 375.
And what are some examples of kid jobs? Kid jobs have anything nothing to do with safety.
Putting the stuff mixing, mélanger. Mettre les choses dans le bol. Putting the stuff in the bowl.
Yeah, great. Those are kid jobs for sure, okay?
Aussi, mesurer tous les ingrédients, sèche et sec. Sèche et liquide.
Okay. So, Rowan, you're going to help me out with this one, okay? What do we talk about in our other recipes? Almost all of our recipes when it comes to baking, we talk about wet ingredients and dry ingredients. And wet ingredients and dry ingredients apply to this one here, okay?
Now, there's one exception. Sugar feels dry, but it's in the wet ingredients sometimes.
How do you know something is a dry ingredient?
It feels dry, ça
Okay.
feel sèche.
So what are your dry ingredients today?
Du farine, flour, du sel, no,
Salt.
no, salt,
Baking soda, baking powder.
baking soda, baking powder, poudre, and baking soda. No.
So yeah, sugar is going to be a dry ingredient today. So let's talk about our wet ingredients. How do you know something's a wet ingredient?
It feels wet.
Yeah, totally. So tell me what our wet ingredients are today. In English first.
Oil.
No, that's actually lemon juice.
Oh, lemon juice. Milk. Butter.
Yeah.
Or margarine.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
And how about
du
en
lait.
français?
Du lait.
Okay.
Du beurre ou du margarine et du jus au citron.
Awesome. Okay, thanks guys. Now, what do we do with the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients?
Tu les sépares. You separate them.
You separate them, and then once they're separated, then what do you do?
You combine them.
Thank you.
Tu les mélanges ensemble.
Okay, Madame Sarah is coming to our rescue. Coupe de pâtisserie. Am I close?
Coupe de pâtisserie.
Okay, not too bad. All right. So, guys, let's start with our dry ingredients. Okay? Just one at a time.
2 cups flour.
Okay.
Tasse de farine.
Okay, so you guys at home, 2 cups flour into a mixing bowl, okay? Thank you.
Are we going to separate them?
Yep.
There's only one bowl.
You just do what Mama tells you to do. I've never led you astray, I'm not going to today. Into your flour goes 1 tablespoon, not teaspoon, 1 tablespoon of baking powder.
1 teaspoon, tablespoon de poudre à pâte.
Okay. Now also what you just put in was half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Un demi de 1 teaspoon de baking soda.
So half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, I'll go over that one more time. 2 cups flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, half a teaspoon baking soda. Now, sugar is sometimes a wet ingredient. Today, it's going to be a dry ingredient, okay? So we're putting half a cup of white sugar into the bowl. Do you want to say that en français? Half a cup
Une demi-tasse.
Un demi-tasse de sucre
white sugar, yeah.
blanc sucre.
Now your very last wet dry ingredient is
Du,
this one.
du sel.
Okay. Half a teaspoon salt.
Un demi-teaspoon du sel. Half, yeah, whatever.
Parfait.
Okay. Now take your fork and stir all your dry ingredients up. Dale, can you see that?
Un coup que tous les ingrédients sèches sont dans le bol, on va mélanger avec une fourchette.
Without spilling out. Baking is messy, but try not to. And make sure to get the
Sides, les murs.
the sides and the bottom. And what's bottom? En français.
Plancher.
Okay. Sides and bottom.
Les côtés, puis le fond de bol.
Ou le en dessous.
Okay, done guys? Now, anybody who followed our scone recipe or have made scones or biscuits at home, you'll know this part. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take half a cup of butter or other fat. So we try to do dairy-free as much as possible. So today we're using half a cup of vegan margarine. But if you're at home and you're not dairy-free, half a cup of butter. And I want you to put it, boys, put it in your dry mixture. And then I want you to take a pastry cutter. Oopsies. A pastry cutter or a potato masher or a fork or your fingers, and get that mixed up into your dry ingredients until you have something, little lumps and balls the size of peas, okay? It doesn't need to be mixed in perfectly right now. Just do it until your fat is about the size of a pea, okay? Dale, can you go over the
Okay,
mixing
maintenant.
until there's pea-sized balls?
How am I gonna push mine?
Just keep, yep.
Do you want me to help?
So, maintenant, on va ajouter du beurre ou du margarine dans les ingrédients sèches. Puis c'est tout pour maintenant. Puis tu prends ton fourchette ou ton coupe de pâtisserie. Puis tu mélanges jusqu'à tu vois des petits morceaux à peu près la largeur de pois.
And make sure to get your sides and your bottom, because dry ingredients love to hide on the side and the bottom. Can you see that? That's important.
Lulu.
Lulu.
Oh no.
What is Lulu?
I
Nest?
spilled everywhere.
Oh. Here. Okay, guys, I'm not sure if you can pick up on this, but these are sort of pea size. Oops, and then I smushed it. You get the idea.
Mom, mine is like cookie dough.
Can I help you with yours for a second?
Yeah, it looks like cookie dough.
Yeah, you don't have it mixed together,
Yeah,
honey.
mine is too.
Mom's gonna help. Okay, keep your hands out, babe.
Okay.
Okay, because we're not ready for that yet. Okay, so you want this nice and crumbly.
Next, it's
Yep.
the wet
Tu as
ingredient.
besoin de toucher le bol beaucoup parce que sinon tu as des ingrédients sèches qui restent
Okay,
dessus de le bol.
so boys, you've done this before. Let's talk about milk and lemon juice.
Tu vas mettre ton jus de citron dans ton lait pour ça va comme sour.
So, for those of you who keep buttermilk on hand, well done. My mom always had buttermilk growing up, and she used it often, but I never do. And like I said, we're dairy free, so we use almond milk as a substitute. But what you can do to sour your own milk in substitution for buttermilk is you take your 1 cup of milk, which is what our recipe calls for, and you add an acid to it. Okay, so just take about a tablespoon of either a white vinegar or a lemon or a lime juice, and you put it into your milk. Thank you.
And then it will start to curdle.
Yeah, so just let it sit there for a minute. Don't stir it, honey. Just let it sit. And it's going to slightly sour your milk, which adds a really nice texture and a flavor. If you don't want to do this, if you don't have lemon juice or vinegar at home, don't worry. It'll still be delicious, but this just kind of adds a little something extra. So that's a little trick for you at home.
Je suis vraiment.
Ça.
Oh my goodness, why don't you go clean yourself up? Okay, and knock it off.
Fait que maintenant, on va mettre notre jus de citron dans du lait. Ça va faire comme si tu as laissé ton lait dans le frigo pour 1 an. Ça va devenir du lait sûr.
So while we wait for our milk to sour, I'm just going to take an 8x8 and I'm going to put some Pam on it and just lightly grease it. If you prefer to grease with butter or shortening, that works too.
Scooch, scooch. I'm gonna roll my sleeves up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So don't do this yet. I want to talk to you about when we know our mixture is, don't Seamus, please, is done. Rowan, please don't. You're going to knock it. I want you to put in your sour milk, 1 cup of sour milk into the mixing bowl, and I want you to mix it with a fork or a spoon, but you don't need to over mix this, okay? I want you to mix it just until it's well incorporated and it comes together, okay? It's not like a cookie where you can just mix and keep on going and going and going. Yeah, it's kind of going to be like a cake batter a little bit.
It doesn't taste any different.
Fait que maintenant, on a mis du lait avec citron dans les ingrédients, puis on va mélanger jusqu'à ce soit incorporé comme genre des biscuits chocolat.
Are you using your little spoon here?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you might have more luck with this big spoon. And make sure
Aussi,
to get
faire ça avec une fourchette ou un cuillère.
and make sure to get the
Sides and bottoms. Run, mix. Run. Hold the bowl with one hand.
I'm mixing.
Okay. You're doing great, Seamus. Yours is almost done.
What do you like smell like?
Pardon?
Doesn't really smell like it.
Smell like what?
The
Cake?
Yeah.
Well, it has to cook yet, right? Okay. And then once it's moist and comes together, take it and dump it evenly in your pan. Okay. How about you hold up the bowl?
Mom, is this good?
Jill, do you want to say that in French?
Un coup que c'est tout mélangé, on va mettre avec la même cuillère, on va mettre dans le panier.
And spread it out evenly.
Et on va... Ouais.
This is good.
Tu vas mettre, quand c'est dans ça, tu mets égal partout. Ça va faire comme
Okay.
3/4 de pouce.
Like this, Mom?
Awesome. Nice. Yep. Thank you.
Mom, how much
Make sure to get it into your corners
How much servings is this one?
and spread it out evenly. It depends how big you cut your pieces, Ron.
Normal.
One.
What is normal? Normal for your dad and normal for your sister, two totally different things. All right. Now,
That's good.
to take this shortbread to the next level, you take a little tiny bit of white sugar and sprinkle it on the top. Now, yeah, take your fingers and just, yeah, perfect. You can add some more, Seamus. Yep, that's great. Make sure to get your corners here. Can you see sprinkle white sugar on top, en français?
Tu vas comme prendre ton l'eau sec et tu vas le sprinkle sur le top. Is this good, Mom?
Oh boy.
Yeah!
Oh, Seamus is gonna be really sugary.
Yeah, Bobby, good.
I think I'll take a little bit of that off. You overdid it.
Oh.
That's the theme of life with these two boys.
Sugar, sugar.
You overdid it. It was a little much.
That's good, Ron.
Okay, stop, Ron. Okay.
Maintenant, c'est temps pour le four.
Now, I'm going to swivel you around. Boys, please don't eat sugar. My goodness. Okay, now we're just going to take these and we're going to pop them in the oven. They're going to stay in for approximately 20 minutes. So I want you to set your timer for 18 minutes and then start to watch it after that. So how will you know when it's done? It'll be golden brown on top.
Or you can stick a toothpick in and if it comes out...
I'm not sure if the toothpick trick works for this one. I wish my Aunt Nancy was here and she could tell me that. The toothpick trick may work for this one. How I always tell when cakes are done is if you feel the center and it feels like it's not going to spring, it does spring back and it doesn't feel loose and jiggly. So, okay. So we're gonna set it for 18 minutes and then after 18 minutes we're gonna watch it like a hawk. But don't be surprised if it stays in for 2 or 4 minutes after that, okay? Now, let's talk about, we're not gonna hang tight for 20 minutes while this bakes, but let's talk about how we're going to eat our strawberry shortcake.
You can put, well, obviously you're going to put strawberries on. You can put ice cream
Crème fouettée.
or whipped cream, which I'm going to do both.
Actually, you're not doing that ice cream because that's dairy ice cream.
It is?
So on the East Coast, sometimes you get cut up strawberries in little pieces like I've done.
Or sometimes you get full strawberries.
Or sometimes they take a potato masher and they make this beautiful,
Just like mashed up,
Strawberry coulis.
which I wanted to make today.
yeah, Rowan's disappointed.
We could do
C'est
it.
comme
We
un
could still
coulis
do
de
it.
fraise.
So just when this is done and it comes out of the oven, you can eat it warm or you can also wait until it cools down. But just cut it into squares. put it on your plate, and then top with the strawberries. We've got this coconut whipped cream, which is awesome. If you like the old-fashioned traditional whipped cream, then whip that up, or like the boys had said, some ice cream or some yogurt on it. And if you try it just on its own, my guess is you're going to really love the cake too. If you don't have strawberries and you want to make this, because we're trying to do recipes with at-home ingredients, so don't go to the store just for strawberries.
You could just make it with cake or icing.
Or frozen berries, the bag of mixed frozen berries. Just take some of those out of the freezer, and that's delicious too.
Or you could take the strawberries out of the frozen bag.
Okay, yeah.
Or that.
Yep. Do you want to talk about strawberries, whipped cream, and ice cream, and cutting up a square on a plate en
You
français?
should put it.
OK. Fait qu'on a mis dans le four pour 18 minutes. Puis on va vérifier dans 18 minutes si c'est pas brun ou c'est tout. C'est pas prêt quand c'est pas brun sur le. Puis après ça, tu peux toucher le gâteau, puis si ça rebondit,
Don't please.
c'est prêt. Puis tu peux manger avec du crème fouettée. Ça, c'est du crème fouettée coconut.
Ou du crème glacée.
Ou du crème glacée. Ou des fraises qui sont coupées
Un petit
en petits morceaux. Ou. Vas-y, Ron.
Ou si c'est comme mashed up comme sauce.
That one I knew. Rowan's really got his mind set up on mashing these strawberries up. I think I always like, if it's a fresh strawberry that's not mushy, I like them cut up. And if they're almost on their way out, then you mash them up. That's kind of just my preference. But he wants them mashed.
If you were there for the pizza baking class, and you made it, that's what we're going to be making tonight for supper.
We are.
What are we making?
Pizza.
Rowan wants to make pizza tonight.
That's what you said.
Well, you wanted Domino's, and I said no.
Yeah, and then you said, yeah, we can make.
You want to make the pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. So on that note, do we want to tell everybody if you're interested in other lives?
Of course.
Of course. He's sassy. What lives have we done?
Cinnamon buns, pizza,
Pretzels.
pretzel,
How do you say cinnamon bun and pizza en français?
du pizza.
That was easy.
Des muffins. Et on a fait.
We've done breakfast cookies. How do you say that?
Energy bites.
How do you say those?
Des biscuits déjeuner.
Okay. Muffins, cookies, cinnamon buns, scones, and lemon curd.
And
I've shared all of these to my big page if you want to catch up on some of the other ones.
And me and my mom and my sister have been planning to do a baking class on Play-Doh.
Yes, we want to do a Play-Doh live as well. So lots of fun things if you want to check those out and have something to do on a rainy day. They're a lot of fun, although you do have to put up with spills and a couple of temper tantrums and some talking back to their mother and saying inappropriate things. Who else has a 9-year-old? Sometimes inappropriate stuff comes out? Okay. So on that note, we are going to say thank you and goodbye, merci and au revoir. Send me pictures or let me know how you like the strawberry shortcake. If you're doing it with us or if you do it after the fact, just send me a message and let me know how it worked out for you. And I hope you love it as much as we do. And thank you for joining along. We miss everybody.
Merci beaucoup. Si tu prends des photos pendant que tu as fait ça, envoyez les photos à Lisa, puis elle va mettre sur Facebook.
Stay well and stay safe. And we miss everybody and we can't wait to see you real soon.
Merci, au revoir.
Merci, au revoir.